Hello, my name is John, and today we'll be reading Conservatives in America, like Marranos in Medieval Spain by Dennis Prager on Townhall, posted September 5th, 2017. Dennis Prager is one of America's intellectual jewels and a devout Jew. For those unfamiliar with the term, Marranos was the name given to Jews in medieval Spain, especially in the 15th century during the Spanish Inquisition, who secretly maintained their Judaism while living as Catholics in public. There is, of course, no Spanish Inquisition in America today. No one is being tortured into confessing what they really believe, and no one is being burned at the stake. But there are millions of Marrano-like Americans, Americans who hold conservative views, especially those who hold to conservative positions on social issues, and those who voted for Donald Trump for president. Millions of Americans who hold conservative and or pro-Trump views rationally fear being ostracized by their peers, public humiliation, ruined reputations, broken families, losing their job, and being unable to work in their field. Under these circumstances, they have decided that coming out as conservative or pro-Trump is not worth the persecution they would endure. In terms of the percentage of the population affected, there is no parallel in American history. Coming out as a homosexual prior to the 1960s or 70s, or publicly announcing that one was a member of the Communist Party in the 1950s, would have often led to similar dire consequences in one's social, work, and family life. But gays and Communist Party members comprised a tiny percentage of the American population, and one of them, communists, supported true evil. I wish I could share all the emails sent to me from professional musicians who play in some of the premier orchestras of America. They wrote to me following the nationally publicized attempts by left-wing members of the orchestra and of the Santa Monica city government to prevent me from conducting. They publicly called on members of the Santa Monica Symphony Orchestra to refuse to play, and members of the public to refuse to attend when I conducted a Haydn symphony at the Walt Disney Concert Hall 3 weeks ago. These emails were written to encourage me and tell me how they are compelled to hide their conservative views, how they live in effect as Marranos. A violinist with one of the most prestigious orchestras in the country. I figured out which orchestra using the internet. She was afraid to tell even me. Wrote to me last week about how quiet she is about her conservatism. While she could not be fired for it, she said, she would be socially ostracized within the orchestra with which she has played for decades. Another middle-aged professional musician told me that he wears his hair very long in order to appear hippie-like as a decoy to camouflage his conservative politics. He is no more likely to tell fellow musicians that he supports President Trump than a Marrano in medieval Spain would have gone public with his Jewish beliefs. And here's part of an email to me from a musician in Minnesota. I was a professional musician from the age of 17. I wanted you to know that I too lost my career because of my views. My choice, actually. I just could no longer take the abuse. I'm fortunate. As a radio talk show host and columnist, I'm paid to express my opinions. And as to my avocation of conducting orchestras, I'm lucky there too. Because the permanent conductor of the Santa Monica Symphony and the orchestra's board remain principled, because so many people support me and my values, the efforts to thwart me failed. Disney Hall, all 2,000 plus seats were sold out. a first for a community orchestra in that venue. Of course, American conservative Marranos don't only live in the world of music. They are in every profession. We know about the high-profile cases, the conservatives whose careers have been ruined by saying the wrong thing or supporting the wrong candidate or ballot proposition. We know about the conservative speakers who have been physically attacked and prevented from speaking on college campuses. But we don't know about the millions who are just afraid to speak up, who remain silent in a business meeting or at a dinner party when someone casually expresses a view they strongly disagree with. These Americans live in fear, legitimately so in many cases, that if they do speak out there will be severe consequences, a job lost, a promotion not given, even a child who will no longer speak to them. This is all new in our country. Had anyone ever predicted that in America, the land renowned more than any other for liberty and free speech, the word Marrano would ever accurately characterize any of its citizens, let alone close to half the voting population? That individual would have been regarded as a charlatan. But given the intolerance and hatred on the left, and its dominance over almost every area of American life, such an individual would have been a prophet. Here is shown Torquemada, the chief inquisitor, who got rid of many wonderful people from his country and began the downfall of Spain. This video is a production of the School of the White Crane. My name is John Brooker, and you could reach me through commentary on this video or through my Gmail listed here. Please share this video with family and friends and on social media. May God richly bless you.